If you want a cool walking effect like this, or one like this, keep watching to the end of the video because I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. And in my personal opinion, I think this is one of the best effects on Roblox to have in your game. Okay, so once you're done creating your particle, you're gonna make sure enable is set to false. You can name it whatever you want, but just put it into replicated storage. The next thing you're gonna do is go to the starter player folder and insert a local script into starter character scripts. Okay, so first you have to get some services. You'll get the player service, replicated storage, and the run service. Next, we're gonna get some variables. We're gonna get the player variable, the character variable, and then we're gonna get the humanoid variable. So next, we're gonna get the particles. We're gonna clone one particle for each foot and then parent it to that foot. The last variable we're gonna need for now is just a bool. This is gonna change depending if the player is running or not. So next, we're just gonna check on the hum.running event. We're gonna connect a function to it, and if the speed is greater than 0, then is running is equal to true. The right particle enabled is equal to true, and then the rate is the speed times 2.5. I thought 2.5 was a good enough number to use for this. It worked pretty well for me, but feel free to change this number depending on your game or whatever you're doing. And then make sure you also set the left particle to true. And else if speed is less than or equal to 0, then is running is false. And then the right particle enabled is false, and the left particle enabled is also false. So now if we play, you're gonna see that yes, the particle does only enable when you're running, but it doesn't change to the color. As you can see on this red spawn point, it does not change the color. So let's fix that. So now using run service, we're gonna raycast down to check what the floor's color is that the player is standing on. And we're only gonna raycast if is running so that we don't lag the game too much and do a lot of unnecessary raycasting. So we're gonna have to get some raycast params. So we get the ray params, we put the filter type to exclude, and then we put the filter descendant instances to a table with the character in it. This makes it so that the raycast doesn't hit the character and it gets the floor. So we're gonna create a ray that starts at the character's humanoid root part and it goes down using the ray params that we just created. So now we gotta check if there's a ray and the ray hits something, and the thing that the ray hits, the transparency is less than 1, which basically makes sure it's actually visible to player, and if the ray's instance can collide is true, because we don't want the ray to be hitting something. We don't want the ray to be giving us a color that's like something that we could go through, if you know what I mean. Then the right particle.color is equal to color sequence.new ray.instance.color. Color sequence is basically how you set the color of a particle. So yeah, and then you just do the same for the left particle. Now with that being said, this should now work. And as you can see, the particle is red there and then it turns gray here. Now as you can see, yeah, there's floating things. But for this tutorial, it's pretty much just a basic bare bones tutorial that shows you how to actually just get the particle enabled. But if you want to tweak some things, definitely you could do some research and figure out how to make this system perfect to your game. Alright, so now as you can see, particles are looking a little bit better. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this cool little effect tutorial type thing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, be ready for more content coming up, and peace out guys. Watch these videos on screen. Please do it. Please watch the videos on screen. Thank you.